Okay, so we're back. That was Katie Lang with Constant Craving. I love that song. I don't know why you don't like it, David. Welcome back, David, to the show. Are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
So, I was going to ask you before I asked you this question, I was going to ask you one more thing real quick about what we were talking about, sort of on the same topic. But one of the things I said about, or this topic of the show was, I think there's sort of a decline in this sort of religious zealotry that we have going on in the country in terms of anti-gay Christians and things like that. Don't you feel that way, or you feel that that's not true?
I think that's really hard because I don't see it. I think it's worse, actually.
Well, did you hear what I said? Because you may not have heard what I said at the beginning, but I did say that, yes, there's some ways that it's worse, but I said that it's every time, like, for example, just using this as an example, in the 60s when blacks were trying to get the rights, and civil rights legislation, that's when, in the South specifically, that's when it was the most violent, when it was the worst, and things were getting progressively worse because they were beginning to make headway and get rights. And so much like now with gay people, where we're starting to get rights federally recognized, marriages, etc. There's a lot more gay bashing and things like that happening. And so in terms of violence, yes, I agree with you. However, as a social zeitgeist or whatever, society zeitgeist, and the way people are thinking, I think it seems like people are more gradually becoming more accepting with new generations. Do you agree with that? I'll
agree with that. I would say it's more progressive now.
Right. Yeah, and I think that's a good thing. I think that's that bodes well for the future, and I think that means that in the future we're going to see people less like we have today with these old curmudgeonly people who focus on things. That's what's so stupid, is that they focus the country, like people on the right, for example, focus the country on issues that do not matter. Gay marriage doesn't fucking matter. Just stop fighting it. Just let gay people get married, whatever the issue is. Focus on the fucking economy, getting people to work, healthcare, whatever, but don't focus on stuff that doesn't goddamn matter just to win a fucking election. And so I get really tired of that, but I do think in the future we're gonna have less of this. But the thing I was gonna ask you though was, have you ever been with a man who was heterosexual, who claimed to be straight?
Oh, yes.
And so tell us about that.
Oh, guys, I think he just put me on the spot. Didn't I share this with you the other night?
Well, yeah, but if you want to talk about, I thought it'd be a good topic to discuss because it's,
That's hilarious. Well, I told you about the police officer who was. So, guys, I don't want to sound like I don't want to sound like a prostitute or a whore or anything. I'm not loose, everyone. I promise you I'm not. Well, sometimes.
Whatever.
But no, he was a police officer, supposedly. He said he was. And I was, gosh, I don't want to even say this. I was sowing my wild oath. And so, and we had met on the website. I'm not getting into all that. Mm-hmm. And so, but he was so totally, the quintessential straight guy. And so when he comes to my home, and this is when I lived in Atlanta, he's looking behind every door. Like, I had a bathroom downstairs that didn't have a bathtub or shower in it. It was just a bathroom. Mm-hmm. And then right across from it was where my washer and dryer was. And he's looking through there. He's looking at my pantry to make sure there was no one there. I mean, he was totally freaking out. Wow. I'm like, you know what? You can calm down. There's no one here. I told you there's no one here but me. He's checking out the extra bedroom. I'm like, wow. He pulled back shower curtains and stuff. But it's so funny because as soon as in his mind, he had to satisfy his curiosity about.
Jumps all over you.
Boy, I was like, how'd you get all this? Because I thought, you holding up process. I got things I need to do. I need you to hurry on up, And so, but the time he got up his clothes fast enough any man I've ever seen. I'm like, oh, you're naked now. Wow. It's just very, very funny. And I think it was really good though. And we flew it around twice, but he was, he was like, I'm just straight. And then, and I will say this, oh my, I'm such a, God, icon. and so there was another gentleman, which we actually messed around a lot.
Hmm.
And can I say this on the show?
This is my show. Of course you can. Whatever you're gonna say, you can say it. Yes.
Ah, okay. And he was very attractive. He was like Italian,
Yeah.
very attractive. Now he wasn't as worried about coming to the house and seeing different things, or not seeing it, but worrying about somebody being there, somebody watching him. 'Cause I think he lived on the other side of town. If you know Atlanta, nobody's following you trust, and so it's just too much to get to point A to point B. And so when we're doing the do or whatever, I not that I like play. I'm strict, not strict. 98% top. I'll say
Uh-huh.
that. And I was wondering why I reached for his,
Dick.
yes,
Uh
and he was like, "No, that's for my wife."
huh.
And he was serious with it. I mean, I'm like, oh well, that's something I like because I am gay and I do like
Yeah. Of
penises.
course.
But he didn't want me to touch it at all.
Weird.
He just wanted.
But isn't that a weird sense of devotion? Oh, I'm gonna fuck somebody else or have sex with somebody else, but you can't touch my penis because that's just for my wife. I say that for that's just really weird.
But that's exactly what he said, and it was like that every time. I didn't care. He wasn't screwing me, but it was like, are you kidding me with this? And then because the first time it was just very odd, and then because we was probably FWBs or no FBs, and he never. The thing is, he never was erect. He has shut that part of himself off. I
Wow.
don't know how he did it, but he just wanted to be a bottom, and I'll put it that way. And it was until this day that's probably the strangest because I've been with married men, I've dated married men, I've dated supposedly I messed with supposedly straight men, but he was the only one that would never got aroused, and he was there for one thing specifically, and the other part was specifically for his wife.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you're getting fucked in the ass, because this is my show, this is how I talk. If you're getting fucked, if you're getting fucked in the ass by a dick and you're a guy, it feels amazing when you're jacking off. That's what helps elevate the orgasm. I mean, it makes feel better. So he just didn't do anything. He just got fucked, and that was it.
Nothing.
That's really
I
bizarre.
mean, he wanted to be in every position that's not even listed in the Kama Sutra. But that was the penis was a no fly zone.
Oh my god, that's
He
so
didn't want it.
bizarre.
He didn't want it fellatio. He didn't want fellatio or anything. He just wanted to be a bottom.
Sounds like to me he wanted to be a girl.
It was very odd, and I was like, because other straight men in my sexual history, they wouldn't do everything.
Hmm.
As much as I could do before I had to go back home to my wife, I won't do it. Not this one, and I don't know. And can I say something kind of racist?
You say whatever you want.
I have noticed that there is. Now this is in Atlanta. I don't know how it is where you are, but there's a really large majority of supposedly straight Latino men that are on the down low. I thought it was just specifically for the brothers, but the Latinos have the down low scenario on lock in Atlanta.
Oh, really? In
Oh my,
Atlanta?
yeah, it was and very very odd. I was like, oh, that's fine with me.
No, I mean, I don't think it's relegated to one race at all. I mean, even though it's typically that term is used for black men, and I think it's all races that do that. I don't think it's just black and Hispanic men; it's white men too. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's true. But I guess the taboo is for the brothers.
Well, it's specifically very, very, very bad thing to be gay in the black community culture generally.
Yeah. Not Atlanta, Georgia.
Not Atlanta, Georgia. Well, Atlanta is a black city essentially. It's a city that's ruled by, I would say, African Americans generally. Wouldn't you say that?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
And I've told you this before though. But it's funny because the races are very segregated.
Yeah, even there. Yeah.
Yeah. It's unfortunate just the way it is, but but back to I have you?
Have I been with a straight guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have. He wasn't married, but he well, I've been with two, I think. Yeah, two. But one of them, yeah, I have. Yeah, I have. But that's the thing about them, though, is that me personally, I'm not typically into straight guys. I like guys who like guys, I like guys who are like their sexuality, who are into sex with guys, not trying to hide it, not trying to be all fake about it. Guys who are just like, yes, I like dick, I like ass, whatever it is. And they're just all out about it. But unfortunately, a lot of the straight guys, the two that I've been with, whatever, I didn't pursue them or anything. They pursued me, and they were very kind of coy about it at first, and started asking me questions about this. Like one of them said, "Oh, how do you know you're gay?" And I'm like, well, I told him, what I thought meant to be gay and everything else. And he's like, well, okay. And how do I know I'm gay? I said, sometimes I wonder, or whatever. So that kind of crap, And I'm like, and typically that's like one of the first signs. And so it just moved on from there ultimately until he made a pass at me. And then it moved on from there. And then we had a lot of sex for a long time. So it was a lot of fun. But no, I mean, I don't typically, I've never, ever pursued a straight guy. I'm just not, like I've always said, I don't bark up a tree that bears no fruit. And I'm not interested in it. I never have been. But a lot of gay guys are, that's something that they're interested in.
It's a conquest.
Yeah.
Not for me. And I'm the same way. Not that I pursued these people. It just happened to be, well, I'm married.
Yeah.
I didn't care one way or the other. I was, doing me. And, and I feel the same way as you do, but I never pursued anyone. Now I might have wanted one of them more than one or two times, but as a pursuit, I never did that.
Well, I find it to be really sad and sad. I find it to be very sad because the reason these guys are on the down low or whatever is because society doesn't accept gay people as a whole, and they want to live a lot of times that's the reason, because they want to make their parents happy or society happy or live a lie, whatever, because it's easier or whatever the case may be. But and it's unfortunate because the truth is, there are plenty of straight guys who go through their entire lives knowing that they're gay and still live their entire life, in public or whatever, with a wife and kids and whatever, and never come out ever. And they live their entire life in the closet, and it's called in the closet because you're a prisoner of your own self. And
exactly,
I can't imagine living life like that for my entire life. I would kill myself. And there's been plenty of men who've done that, unfortunately, because it gets to the point where you're living a lie. You're being duplicitous to someone that you supposedly love, and you're doing things behind their back and blah blah blah, and that eats at your soul. And so for someone to do that their entire life, that's got to be just hell. And so for me, I find it sad when straight guys are too afraid to come out and be real about who they are because of society. Because the truth is, as I know, that once you come out, it's you're free. You're free.
Exactly.
And there's nothing better than that.
That pressure is gone. That weight that you